comprehensive plan that resolved the then Iranian crisis, we took enriched uranium from Iran, transported it to Russian territory, and replaced it, returning to the Iranians uranium of natural enrichment level, that uranium that was well compliant with the rules and obligations of the JCPOA, and this allowed Iran to further develop its peaceful nuclear program, and importantly for us to proceed with the active operation of the first unit of Bushehr and to commence the construction of the second.
Russia has made a dramatic move in the high-stakes nuclear standoff surrounding Iran, in a development that could reshape delicate negotiations between Tehran and Washington. Moscow has signaled it is prepared to accept enriched uranium from Iran if a deal is struck. The announcement was reported by Russian news agency Interfax, citing Alexei Likhachev, the chief executive of Rosatom, Russia's state nuclear corporation. According to Likachov, the proposal is not new. He stressed that Moscow had made the offer in the past and that it remains firmly on the table. Likachov revealed that Russia has demobilization plans for Bushehr depending on the level and scope of possible escalation, referencing the prospect of potential US strikes against Iran.
This year, in the waters of the Northern Sea Route, the number of ship voyages has grown by approximately 1.5 times. This is for the past months of the year 2026 compared to 2025. And right now, at this very moment, almost 25% more cargo has been transported than in the corresponding period of the previous year. This indicates, first and foremost, that Arctic projects are beginning to adapt to the pressure of sanctions, and despite the economic warfare waged against Russia, both our subsoil resource users and our cargo shippers and our transportation companies, and Atomflot for that matter, they are moving beyond this barrier, past this obstacle, and they are going significantly above the performance indicators, even those that were considered record-breaking for the years 2024 and 2025. Well, the second very important conclusion is that a highly systematic planned approach is required for the development and utilization of not only the Northern Sea route, but also this entire vast territory. Our goal, which we will absolutely achieve, is to transform both the Trans-Arctic Transport Corridor and the NSR into a truly vital, highly sought-after global trade artery. So, this large corridor, this major project, this mega project, this global project, of course, demands a very thoughtful and systematic approach. Naturally, we must also continue to develop the construction of nuclear icebreakers. Of course, we must consider the construction and expansion of our cargo fleet and our light class passenger fleet. We also need to discuss a more comprehensive forecast, specifically the weather and the planning of ice conditions. And to increase the number of allies. We understand that today negotiations are underway in various formats, and different scenarios are being discussed regarding the fate of this highly enriched uranium product. The first thing I wanted to say, Russia has experience helping Iran in a similar situation. 10 years ago, during the launch of the JCPOA, comprehensive plan that resolved the then Iranian crisis, we took enriched uranium from Iran, transported it to Russian territory, and replaced it, returning to the Iranians uranium of natural enrichment level, that uranium that was well compliant with the rules and obligations of the JCPOA, and this allowed Iran to further develop its peaceful nuclear program, and importantly for us to proceed with the active operation of the first unit of Bushehr and to commence the construction of the second.
The announcement emerges at a moment of heightened tension, with US President Donald Trump stating that the maximum time he would give Iran to make a deal is just 10 to 15 days. Trump also warned that Iran cannot continue to threaten the stability of the region, adding urgency to an already volatile diplomatic equation.
You said today on Iran, bad things will happen if
Yeah,
Iran
bad
doesn't
things,
make
really
a
bad
deal.
things.
What will that
I'm not going to talk to you about that.
Okay, can you explain though, what is the goal if there is a U.S. military
Well, we're
strike?
going to make a deal, or we're going to get a deal one way or the other.
But with a military strike, is it to wipe out their nuclear
I'm not going to talk to you about that, but we're either going to get a deal or it's going to be unfortunate for them.
And you said today 10 days. Have you given them a deadline firm to make a deal?
I would think that would be enough time, 10, 15 days, pretty much maximum.
Times of India videos, your daily dose of India and the world. Global news, different views, and sharp analysis.
Pressure of expectation from your fans, your supporters.
That has often served as a backdrop for several Bollywood.
You're not a brute majority anymore. If you individually take out Tehran.
Making sense of global conflicts. Tracking the new emerging world order.
Strike on Israeli military bases.
A multi-pronged
to stay out of harm's way as Israel started bombing targets across.
Understanding changing alliances in a polarized world. Tune into TOI videos for all this and more. Click on the bell icon to subscribe and never miss an update.